Now listen, before my interaction goes with you any further, there is something you must understand. If you repeat any of the information that I have told you to any human being, I will be forced to erase your brain's stored memory. Nobody likes a gossip queen. Believe me, honey, I'll shut that shit down. Like files on a computer. Delete!
And just how are you going to do that?
By shoving my foot so far up your ass, you won't be able to think straight.
How?
What am I thinking? You've probably never done anything straight in your life. Now you're just going to stand there with a hard-on dreaming about that unaffected straight boy? Or are you going to do something?
My, aren't you bossy?
I'm a whole lot of things, and don't you forget it, baby girl. I wasn't second command on my ship for nothing.
Assuming I do believe you, eventually I will need concrete proof of your story. I do happen to be a big science fiction buff. I know all of the Star Wars movies inside and out, and I'm also into astrology. So, I'll play along for now, and I'll show you around. I just wouldn't go mentioning this Xeno business to people around here if I were you. Did I mention I'm a Capricorn?
Are you neurologically challenged? I just told you, you are not to repeat any of the information I have told you. Got it?
Got it.
Good.
Now, since you're like on the way down low, I do know of a place where you can stay till you take care of those problems you mentioned.
Your house?
No, we definitely can't go there. I have a straight housemate who doesn't like drag queens. Actually, I was thinking of the gay bar where I work as a waiter. It's closed right now.
A gay bar, huh? Sounds faboo. You know, I could use a Virgin Mary about right now, in more ways than one.
So is the rest of your crew drag queens too?
No, the commander and I were the only full-time cross-dressers on board.
Do you have any idea where he is right now?
I tracked his lock coordinates. He landed somewhere in this region.
So what does he look like?
Like a hideous, drooling man in a dress. Unlike a work of art like myself. I'm sure you'll see what I mean. We'll run into him sooner or later.
Where do I have to go to find hot, young, 18 to 25-year-old snatch around here? Oh, a coliseum! A perfect place for public executions!
This is it. Welcome to the Pegasus. There's a couch in the back room for you to sleep on, and some drag clothes left by some twisted queens. And from the looks of things, you could probably use them, since you didn't pack very much on your space pod, and what little you did have, you were lucky enough to fish out of that pond that you landed in.
Honey, I'm not wearing any clothes left by some twisted queens from this joint. You're gonna have to go out and get me some clothes from the nearest department store. You got it?
Okay. You can use the shower at my place. We'll just have to sneak you in when my housemate's not there. Now, don't get scared if you hear things moving around. We have a rat problem.
Tacky decor, bad lighting, all-around trashy dive bar. And that urine smell's making my nose hairs curl. You know, we've got tragedies like this on Xeno. I guess it's universal. Now get me my drink.
Speaking of universal, I didn't know English was a universal language on other planets.
I thought you said you were a waiter. Now fetch me my sippy.
Yes, I am a waiter, but not a bartender. I can't make drinks. Now stop avoiding the question.
Will you stop getting on my nerves? It's been a long day and I need some alcohol to calm them down.
I'm simply pointing out loopholes as I notice them.
Radio waves. Ever heard of them?
Of course. Scientists here on Earth have been sending them into space for years.
Xeno is very technologically advanced, We've been receiving them for centuries now. That's how we know so much about your American culture, history, your language. However, we were not responsible for those moronic crop circles. Those eyesores were human creations.
But I thought your people didn't like us because we were barbaric and didn't quite meet your standards.
While my people do not think highly of the human civilization, I guess we've developed a morbid fascination with it. You could call it a guilty pleasure.
Aren't you Xanadians being awfully critical of us?
It's xenoids, and your planet is lucky we didn't destroy it. I don't speak for everyone, but the majority of us are much more rational and reasonable than that. Unlike your race, we're much less destructive and violent. Even though our solar system, our atmosphere, and our biology is very similar to yours, we are not the same in one important way. We can respect each other's differences and live together peacefully. Many of you humans are filled with so much hate. It's a monumental flaw in your nature. Xenoids predict will eventually lead to your total self-destruction.
That's why they decided to leave Earth millions of years ago? It's better to leave us to destroy ourselves?
This isn't the time and place for a science lesson. It has to do with natural selection. That's why I take my job very seriously. I know about these things.
So what else do you do besides being a scientist?
See, that's what I mean about you closed-minded humans. In addition to me being an astronomer and a scientist on Xeno, I'm also a very famous cabaret performer. Now, what was that all about?
Sorry, I just had to get that out of my system.
Well, don't let it happen again.
You know, I took musical theater courses at my college last summer. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two.
That's an understatement. I'm the only diva around here. Now stand back. Watch me set the dance floor ablaze.
I hope you don't mean that literally, because I don't think this bar has a fire extinguisher.